Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Excuse me, hero. That's rude. That's rude. I'm just sitting here streaming like a normal, casual, chill person. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. How we doing? Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to stream. Sure, you guys think you need treats. I think you're probably right. Chastising hero right at the start. SMH. Maybe if he did less chastise-worthy shit. Wait, that's emotional manipulation. All right, you guys. Hey, chill, chill, chill. You guys want some treats? How are we doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, well, you completely whiffed on that one, Kingsley. Let's try it again. Okay, good job. Good job. Good job. Shake. Good boy. Good dogs. Good dogs. Chat, you're getting uppies today. Dog treats are done. We can hang out. We're gonna hang out from a different angle. Elevate me. I got you. Wee. How are y'all doing? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to stream. Hey, happy Tuesday. I don't stream on Tuesdays a lot right now, but here we are. We got a big day ahead of us. And by that I mean we've got some very chill Satisfactory, but before that we got some shit to talk about. Some stuff to do. How are we all doing today? Joyce says I'm back from a 2-week vacation to the UK and Ireland. So glad to be home. Now it's summer, so I am unemployed and loving it. Oh, hi, Mona. How's it going? Ryan, you were late today? Listen, I was late today because I was DMing people that I should have DM'd weeks ago. So, am I really to blame, or are you? It's me. It's still me. It's still me to blame for being late. The camera slowly scanning up your body is always a bit weird. It is, but I don't know. I feel weird like squatting as it goes, like tracking it. It's weird. It's weird. But I also, if I start the camera up here, then you guys can't see the dogs. So we're just. I mean, isn't this just a human endeavor? We're just making the best of an unfortunate or imperfect set of circumstances. Trying our best through all that, you know? It's the way it goes. With zero prompt, I want to take a moment to shout out Worlds Beyond Number and gush about how goddamn good it is in general. The last several months have been absolute peak, and I need more. Artifice, what are we going to do when this book is over? What are we going to fucking do? I'm stressed about the fact that we have to go on a break from this amazing good shit right now. I'm stressed. We're going to suffer. We're going to suffer. I might start re-listening. I might start re-listening. If you guys don't know Worlds Beyond Number, it's a podcast. You can get it. You can listen to it for free on like Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. It's the D&D love child of Get Ready for a Star-Studded Cast. Brennan Lee Mulligan, Abria Iyengar, Lou Wilson, and Erika Ishii. The four of them together, and they have been for like 2 years putting out maybe the most amazing story of D&D I have ever encountered. It's amazing. It's fucking crazy. It's so good. It's amazing. Anyways, have you been enjoying Cloudward Ho? I have. Megan and I are currently struggling to keep up with it. We're still on episode 2, but I've enjoyed it. Have you been watching it? Derek Hex, thanks so much for the Prime sub, everybody, by the way. Good thing you have a lot of episodes on The Walking Dead. You can catch up when that's on break. Carly, never mind. Thanks for the pin. Yeah. Chat's just out to get me. That's how it works. Hi, Gelliff. How we doing? Hi, Tactical Fluke. Joyce, how was your freaking vacation? I fell off Worlds Beyond Number. Don't worry. Megan did that too. Say it, boss. Unfortunately, I think Walking Dead might have fallen off the wagon. Does that? No, wait. That's what happens when you start drinking again. Shit. Might have fallen by the wayside. That's the word I was looking for. Because all of a sudden I'm into Critical Role too, and then Critical Role has an animated show too. It's freaking insane. I got too much stuff to listen to and watch. In the best way possible. Mixes, I'm almost caught back up. Sorry I birthed your daughter. Are you claiming our daughter is the reason you fell behind on Worlds Beyond Number? Sorry, hold up. Let me rephrase that. I should not have said claiming. Are you citing the fact that you birthed our daughter as the reason you fell behind on Worlds Beyond Number? Yes? Okay, I believe you. I trust you. Absolutely. Believe women, by the way. Believe women. I'm an ally in this situation, and I agree with you completely. Who am I to tell you what your experience is? Yeah, if it's your experience, I agree completely. 100%. Got you. I can't wait for the Mighty 9 animated series. Vacation was awesome. Much cooler weather than here in Texas. We rented a car, drove all over Scotland, then hopped over to Ireland and drove all over there. I got good at driving on the wrong side of the road in a stick. Wow. Amazing. Had you ever driven a stick before? Damn. Or did you just absolutely trash this rental car's transmission? How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having an excellent day. Hey, we're going to start off by talking about a couple different things. One, book club. We got to talk about it from now until tomorrow. We got to talk about it a couple times today. Remind me to talk about book club and pimp it today because I want to get as many people involved as possible. Did you know in the Discord right now, we have a vote going on about, nope, that's the wrong button, this one, about which book we're going to read next for book club. There are 4 options. You can vote by going here into click react. That's what I meant to say. Currently in the lead is Housekeeping by Marilyn Robinson, a book I've been looking forward to read for about 10 years at this 9 years at this point. So I'm very excited about that. If you want more info on all of the books, you can go to Book Chat and get details and read more about them. But you only have about 29 hours left to vote. And whatever book gets the most votes, we'll read it together as a community. So, book club, book club, book club, book club. That's me. Pimpin' book club. Joyce says, I learned to drive a stick at 16. I would not have attempted that otherwise. Thank God. Amazing that you know how to drive a stick, by the way. I knew at one point, but it's been years. And I have zero confidence that I could do it right now. Zero. I could barely do it in the first place. I learned so vaguely. That pin is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Sorry I birthed your daughter. It's like riding a bike. It's like riding a very expensive bike. Very deadly expensive. But riding a bike is also kind of expensive and deadly at times. So, I mean... is that the modern goon or the old goon in that title? A Visit from the Goon Squad? It is... No, it does not refer to masturbation. It is the old goon. God damn it, you're telling me the brain rot has infected even Visit from the Goon Squad, a Visit from the Goon Squad. Dang, that's crazy. Now I am going to think about that as a visit from a bunch of people who like to masturbate. Wow. The Goon Squad is... I'm never going to recover from that. That's amazing. I had to share the rot. Now I'm just going to think of the Goon... Oh, no. Visit from the orgy. It's no, the way I'm thinking it, maybe not the orgy, the way I'm thinking of it, although that could work too. The way I'm thinking of it is like a visit from whatever the opposite of like nofap, like a group of people who are nofap. It's like whatever if that's one clique in high school, there's the opposite end of the spectrum, and that's who you're being visited by, is the squad of people who their entire personality is... Anyways. That's book club for you. That's book club for you. What is this conversation? Who knows? Who knows? I blame Tactical Fluke. I'm here to blame other people today. All right? Tactical Fluke is who I'm blaming right now. Why was I late? I was answering some DMs of Monas. All right? Monas to blame. Who else? Raise your hand if you want to get blamed for something. I'll blame somebody. I'll do it. People are always saying, Ryan, you need to delegate. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to delegate consequences. Carly wants some. Okay, Carly, you're the reason I have so much fun on stream so constantly. You're the reason that I feel like one of the reasons I feel like this community has grown in terms of its like vulnerability and its emotional honesty. And one of the reasons I look forward to coming to stream every day. Sorry, you're blamed for that. All right, take one of these. Mona says, I already said it was me. I'm the problem. Ruth A once blamed for something. Okay, what else were we going to talk about? Book club. That's book club. Book club. Book club. Book club. That's book club. You got 2 days left to vote. And then I can't wait to read a book with you guys and discuss it. What else? Oh, yeah. We got to talk about community games. That's the big thing we got to start with today. The Wheel of Games. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. I'm excited. So, in case you missed it, we talked about this a little bit the other day on stream. We've talked about it a few times. Carly. There is no Minecraft server this summer. There's no community Minecraft server. There's no server we're just going to hang out on all summer like we've done in the past. Like we've done for many years in the past. That is sad. That's sad. However, we're going to try something different to keep the community vibes flowing and to just offer us all a place to hang out and make some memories. Maybe not every week, but a lot of weeks. And what we're going to do is Saturday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most Saturdays, not all, but most Saturdays in June, July, and August, including this Saturday, we're going to play community games together. I'll stream them. We'll hang out. The games will rotate. And one of the ways we thought it might be fun to sort of bring that back, or to increase the fun on that, is to bring back the good old Wheel of Games and decide what it is we're playing. Now, hold your horses before you get your suggestions started. But we're going to is there no fucking dark mode on this website? Jesus Christ, it's so bright. Please have a dark mode. Appearance. Dark mode, please. It's so bright. Page background color. Choose that. Oh, that's way better. We're gonna do a Wheel of Games for the community games. Chad, do we think it's a coincidence that Ryan picks the one Saturday that I'm busy to start? How dare you be busy? What do you... How dare you? How dare you? Hi, Mortal Wombat. How's it going? The Wheel of Games is back. Raise your hand if you don't know what the Wheel of Games is. Is the Wheel of Games unfamiliar to anybody? It's okay. You can be honest. You don't have to be scared. If you're unfamiliar with the Wheel of Games, feel free to raise your hand. Carly says me. That's not true. Did you feed the dogs? No, I did not. And before chat says I did something wrong, it's Megan's day to feed the dogs. That sounds bad. They're starving? They're not. They're not starving. You're crazy. You're all crazy. So people say, I don't know what the Wheel of Games is. So long story short, back in the day, we did a thing that I honestly cannot believe we ever did. And we did it for way longer than I can believe that we did it. Oh my God. It was really fun. It was also very stressful. And it evolved into an insane, beautiful, chaotic mess. The real way that we did it is there were so many fewer people here. That's how we did it. There were so few people here. People could suggest a game. I'd put all the game suggestions on a big old wheel. And I'd spin that wheel. This might be very loud, chat. Hold up. Let me just go ahead. Let me go ahead and volume down. Volume down. We'd spin a wheel, whatever it landed on. We'd play that game that week for at least a couple hours. Hi RJ, how's it going? Of course, that evolved into some insanity, where the Who are these people? These are the default options. I don't know. Shout out to Gabriel, though. It evolved. It became a whole entire mess. There were like hundreds of games on the wheel. It was crazy. We played a lot of them. But we're going to bring it back in some different fashions over this summer. And what we're going to do is in future weeks, or depending on how it goes week to week, I'll let you guys suggest games or pick games or vote for games to see what we're playing each Saturday. Because my goal is to play a bunch of different weird games this summer and play them with you. Some of them free, some of them weird. Who knows? This week, we're going to do things a little different. We're still going to do the wheel. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to list some games that I would like to play this weekend. And I'm going to put a couple games on this wheel. And then that'll be what we're playing this weekend. And then next week or 2 weeks from now, I think, is when we're doing it next. We'll come up with a slightly different system for maybe you guys can vote on stuff or suggest stuff. Now, I will say, you're like, Ryan, how are we going to come up with what the game suggestions should be for community games that lots of people can participate in? Well, I've got an answer for you. Good news. Evo has a spreadsheet for that. Evo has a spreadsheet with 100 freaking games on it. Also, sorry, RIP for the flashbang here. Evo has a spreadsheet with 100 games on it that would be potential community games. Evo for the win. Evo for the fucking spreadsheet win. I'd never heard of 85% of these games. I've heard of chess, but I'd never heard of 85% of these games. Shout out to Evo for doing the research like always. I fucking love this song. Holy shit. Hi, Minty Cuppa. How's it going? They've got a spreadsheet. Evo has a spreadsheet. What else is new? But anyways, this week we're just going to do it kind of simple. I will probably refer to this for some ideas. But I'm thinking, what is the game that we should start summer community game nights off with? Also, I feel like we need a better name for summer community game nights. I feel like that's too many names, right? What do we need? We need a better name. Need a better name. Oh no, the chat disappeared. Where'd chat go? What do we call this, chat? Community summer game nights games. Summer of Indigestion. Summer fun. Summer fun. What's wrong with the very pronounceable acronyms? Community summer game night game. Oh, by the way, did you guys notice there's a new emote? Little into greed in the chat. Oh no, did I call it greedy? Wait, what did I call it? Yeah. Little into greed. It's not showing up for me. Fuck. There it is. It's unsettling. Shout out to Mona who made this. I think this was from a Slay the Princess moment on the recording. Oh no, never mind. This was on stream when I was. Yeah. I used the suspenders. That's right. Never mind. Name it Summer Community Games. SCOG for short. SCOG. Community Game Night. CGN. Anyways, I don't know. We're accepting names. So what do I want to play this weekend? So I think some of the games that are most exciting for me to start off with. One of them, one of the all-time freaking classics. Gartic Phone. That game is amazing. I feel like Gartic Phone is free. I think it's free, right? Completely free for everybody. I don't know if this means free or if Evo already owns it. Free, everybody can play. Gartic Phone is an awesome game if you've never played it before. A lot of fun. I also think it would be fun to just hop in a Discord call and play golf with your friends. But I don't know. Let's do this. If you had the opportunity, would you play Gartic Phone with us? Y in chat, in chat. What do you guys think? Fartic Gone, by the way, Gartic Phone. If you've never played it before, Gartic Phone is very simple. You get a prompt, you have to like draw a picture, then that picture goes to the next person. They have to. It's Pictionary basically, but it's online. It's very easy. It's very fun. Hell yeah, Evo. Thank you. Cool. I think Gartic Phone would be a popular one. I think it would be a popular one. Here's the next question. Would you play golf with friends? Golf with your friends? I already own it, but it is like $14 on Steam. But basically, we can get a bunch of us together in a lobby and just play golf all while we're in a Discord call just hanging out. Why in the chat if yes? In the chat if no. And you can be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've already seen enough whys to say yes. Hell yeah, brother. Golf with your friends. Dope. Meg says that game rules. Are you talking Gartic or are you talking golf? If I dance really hard, my camera shakes on my desk. Just a little bit. Goose Goose Duck. So this has 4 to 16 players. Here's the thing, though. I don't know shit about this game. What is Goose Goose Duck? I've heard of Duck Duck Goose. I want to look at a couple more games. I'm probably not going to put a ton on here. We just played Jackbox last week, so I'll probably wait on that one. Just Act Natural. Wait, is this that game I've heard of? Wait a second. Goose Goose Duck is a game of social deduction for up to 16 players. Players are separated into different groups that are each assigned a different objective. Complete your team's objective to win. It's on Steam, it seems like. Mike says Gardic's great. Gartic is great. Goose Goose Duck is basically Among Us. Okay. Also, Golf with Your Friends is on sale. Awesome. Okay, so Goose Goose Duck could be fun, I think. Honestly. Is Just Act Natural the game I think it is? I like games that are free. Just Act Natural. Nope, that's not the game I thought it was. We'll have to look at that one later. This is that dodgeball game, Knockout City. I'm scrolling. Lots of these I think could be really fun. But maybe for a future week. Overwatch 2? Evo, you're fired. Evo, you're so fired. You can put 32 people on a Project Zomboid? What the fuck? Prop Hunter? Is this the game? Is this like Prop Hunt? It is free. You didn't even read the note about different game modes? Ability to host private custom games. Could find codes for different ones if selected. I didn't even notice this notes thing over here. Is Prop Hunter just Prop Hunt? The game where you hide as an item? You're a prop or a hunter? Yes, it's Prop Hunt. Dope. And it's only $4. That could be a lot of fun. Chat, would you play Prop Hunter? Yes or no? $3.99 on Steam. Yeah? I'd be down. Nah. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Prop Hunter, yay or nay? Let me see here. Slappy Ball? What the hell is this? Super Auto Pets? Can you play versus each other? Is that what this is? We could run back Supermarket together. Tank Team for $0. I love the $0 games, man. I love them. Toontown. I'm abstaining from votes, but Super Auto Pets is great. I still have never played that. Could play some Valorant together. Oh my god. Why or in chat if you would play Valorant? Am I the only one who distrusts $0 games? I mean, the odds that they'll be bad, I think, are slightly increased. Listen, I'm expecting ins for Valorant. If you guys really want to overwhelm me with yeses, that'd be funny, but you fired Evo over Overwatch? Right, but Overwatch is a bad game. What is this song? This is Delete the Kisses by Wolf Alice. Sorry, Don't Delete the Kisses. And it is one of my favorites of the last 5 years. Okay. Let's see here. We got to think. Risk global domination. Wait. That reminds me. There was a free board game up here. One person would have to buy it. But it's Board Game Arena? We could play board games. Board Game Arena. Next says Y for Valorant. You play it directly from your browser. No download needed. Can you play like Catan on there? I'd love to kick all your asses at Catan or any other game. Best games of yesterday and today adopted for online play. Tabletop Simulator. I want to teach Ryan Magic the Gathering. I know a little bit about Magic the Gathering. Not enough, though. That's for sure. Okay, let's do this. I think the easiest answer here might be Goose Goose Duck. Yay or nay? It's a free social deception game. It's like Among Us. Goose Goose Duck, yay or nay? It's a lot of yays. This is the G week, apparently. Goose Goose Duck. Okay, any other games that start with G? We got to get a game that starts with G. GeoGuessr, we could do GeoGuessr against each other or something. Oh my god, there's so many G games. Gumball Run, it's free and it's 15 players? Oh boy, don't show that on stream. Just in case. I don't know if it doxes anything. What is this? Wait, this actually looks amazing. Wait, it looks amazing. Very positive reviews, came out last year. Gumball Run is a free-to-play, fast-paced 3D platformer with online multiplayer where gumballs race against each other through procedurally generated obstacle courses to become the #1 gumball. Is this marbles, or do you have control? It looks like you have control. Tight platforming controls. You have control! Play Gario Kart with a G. Keep talking, nobody explodes. Go Overwatch 2. Online PvP multiplayer with up to 15 players per race. Free to play. Oh, God! Wait, I would be dog shit at this. This looks fun. It's like free online fast-paced Fall Guys. Why in chat if you play Gumball Run? In chat if not. I'd be dog shit at this. Even more reason to play it. I think that's a good one. And now I'm in love with the idea that we're just doing G games this time. All right, what are we missing in terms of Gs? Guilty as Sock, 3 to 7 players. I'm thinking for this week we just get something that has the most players possible. Kind of how I feel. GeoGuessr. How would we make that work? I'm going to leave GeoGuessr off. Wait, is Fall Guys also free to play? I didn't know that. Okay, I think that might be our 4. Somebody said Shell Shock Live is awesome. Oh my god, is this just tanks? Is this the old tanks game? It is tanks! Get by Gaylight? Wait a second. In Pride Month, really? Get by Gaylight? Okay, I don't know why I'm so attached to this, but I think we got to play the G games. Now, what is Grapples Galore? Because it is for free. What is this? Grapples Galore is a fast-paced online multiplayer arena shooter with physics-based grappling hook movement, active ragdolls, and thrilling gunplay. Wait a second. What is this? It's like Human Fall Flat, but you're shooting stuff? These ragdolls are cracking me up. How do you shoot shit? Show me the shooting. Dead by Daylight would be fun again. You guys just like to kill me and make me scream. Yay or nay, would you play Grapples Galore? I still don't understand where the shooting comes in. Yay or nay for Grapples Galore? You can grapple on other players' weapons. Just came out. Positive reviews. Very positive. Hi, I'm late. What are we doing? We're selecting what game we're going to play this weekend on Saturday. Hi, Mr. Fist. How you doing today? You can make invite-only lobbies in GeoGuessr if you have premium. Oh, so the idea would be we would compete all on the same thing and see. Okay. So we'd all do the same prompts, basically. I kind of feel like whatchamacallit might kind of, what's it called? Gumball Run sort of appeals to the same vibe as Grapples Galore. Chat, do we add GeoGuessr to this or no? I think we're going to keep Grapples off. Do we add GeoGuessr or do we leave it as is? We've got Gardic Phone, we've got Golf with Your Friends, Gumball Run, and Goose Goose Duck. Hi, Liflafu. Carly says, I played Chair Sim. I think it's clear I have no standards and I'll play anything. I don't think you guys are thinking about this right. You need to pick games that you're going to enjoy. And by enjoy, I mean, like, personally for me, I'm looking at games I can destroy you all at, make fun of you all at. Yeah, those are the two big things, is win and to make fun of you guys. I'm neutral. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it super simple. These are the 4. GeoGuessr may come back in a future one. These are the 4 games. These are the 4 games. It's the first week out of many community games weeks. I'm picking games because I'll enjoy hanging out with people in general, but okay. We can always bring GeoGuessr back in another week if we like it. Is Human Fall Flat on this list? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Which I do think would be a lot of fun at some point. There's a lot of games I think would be a lot of fun on this list. And then there, again, and I cannot state this enough, there's so many freaking games I've never heard of. Kletka. Is this a horror game? It is a horror game. Evo! Wait, actually, is this the game I saw on TikTok? Co-op 6-player horror game about going down in an elevator that's trying to eat you. Feed the elevator. There's so many games that exist on the internet. You didn't say no horror games? Ooh, you're probably right. You're probably right. Okay, let's call it there. Let's call it there. We got a good list. We got a good list.
I am finally here again. Missed the live streams. Hope you are doing well, Ryan, Lil, and Giddy.
Oh. Wait, that's so weird. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sensei, thanks so much for the 4 months. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. How are you? Spreadsheet's amazing, Evo. Shout out to Evo, who's always doing the best work with spreadsheets. Add Dark Souls to the spreadsheet. Everybody versus Ryan. Can you do that in Dark Souls? All right, you guys ready to spin the wheel? We should probably chill with the Kurt Vile. We should probably ramp up the drum rolls. Waiting on you to add Fable to the wheel. Oh, we're doing this is our like for community multiplayer games. Spin to win. Spin to win. All right, can I get drum rolls or can I get wheels? One of the two. Or both, whatever you feel. So, we're going to play games together all summer. The first game this Saturday that we're going to play together, 7:30 p.m., is going to be for some reason now there's no sound. I don't know what that is about. Is going to be good old Social Deception. I can't wait to be the traitor. Goose, goose, duck. Let's go. Let's go. Amazing. Amazing. Goose, goose, duck. I can't wait. No, here's what actually is going to happen. Every time we play a Social Deception game on stream, people are just like, well, Ryan's the streamer. Why don't we kill him first? If he's the imposter, then we win. If he's not, it's still funny. Being a streamer or the content person during a Social Deception game, terrible. I look forward to dying first most of the time. What's the problem with that? Well, for you guys, nothing. For me... All right, you guys ready? Let's try it. So how was your week today, chat? How was your week? How's your day going today, chat? Oh my God, my quads are killing me. Ah, that hurts so bad. The slow squat. Pretty good so far. Somebody grabbed the tiny violin. When we used to play Among Us like a lot. We played Among Us. It was truly it was truly a problem. Finally installed your standing desk. I did, and I love it. It's great. And it's finally also out of the it used to just be sitting in the background in the way. I just watched the newest Blueprints episode. Can we please get 3 episodes every day? Oh boy. That was a good episode. Fun episode. Fun episode. Thanks for watching it. It's been a rough week, but this is a bright spot. I'm happy for you, Tactical. I mean, I'm sorry for you. I'm happy we can be a Tactical. Happy we can be a bright spot. God, I can't speak today. Is it mods joining Duck Duck Goose? It's everybody. You could play. It's anybody who's a part of the community. We're not gonna let people in who just wander in for the first time on Saturday, but yeah, you guys. Pog? Question mark? No question mark. Pog! Exclamation mark. Yeah, we're playing games together as a community. You want me to make an announcement in the Discord? Hell yes, that would be amazing, Evo. That'd be very, very good. Thank you. Pog! Oh boy. Anyways, happy Tuesday. Other than that, we're just gonna play some Satisfactory today. and listen to some Two Door Cinema Club, apparently. I thought yesterday was Tuesday. Thinking it is Tuesday is one thing. Announcing it to a community of however many people were watching stream yesterday is another. No. Ryan, did you see RimWorld's getting a new DLC? The only piece of information I know is that there is a new DLC. What is the deal? Or there will be. What is the deal? What is the DLC? What is it? I haven't looked into it yet. Got to switch to lurk mode. I'm going to take my dog for a very much needed dog park romp. Have fun. Glad I could stop by, but I'm still not really fit for human interaction. Y'all have fun. Love, love, love. Bye. Bye, Satisfied. Love you. Bye. Bye. Okay, let's play some Satisfactory. Let's do it. I feel like my replies are not working. Uh-oh. Are you on mobile? One thing Oh, there it worked. Hi, Uncertain Prince. How's it going? Just saying hi. Next meeting later. Bye. Has Ryan played the new update? I have not. Interesting. I am getting a new screen right here. We're going to talk about the new update in just a second. Oh, you may need to update your iPad app. I'm not sure. I don't know if you have it updated yet, but they're adding spaceships and space to RimWorld. They're adding space to RimWorld? How? Isn't the whole point that you leave? What? They did add space to Factorio. That's true. But even in Factorio, when you launched a rocket, you stayed. It's just that, you'll get a ship, you'll be able to travel around the planet. Okay, so just around the same planet? Or to different planets? Spaceship is your mobile base. Oh, weird. Very weird. I would never doubt what they do with RimWorld, though. That game's amazing. Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name's Ryan. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Apparently, the new update has come out, which looks like, based on the new intro screen. 1.1. The wait for 1.1 to reach the stable version is finally over. You can now start downloading and enjoying the update and all of its new features. It's here. There's patch notes up here, and we actually need to talk exactly about that thing. So I still don't think for now that I'm going to read patch notes. But I'm becoming convinced of the idea that I could if I wanted to. I got an interesting comment on YouTube the other day that said, I think it would be a significant improvement to the series if you read the 1.1 patch notes. They say a bunch of different other things, but including, they said you should read it during an episode. You've built up 126 episodes worth of assumptions about how the game works. Unless you check them all yourself, which is tedious and not fun, you may miss some awesome and really helpful new stuff, things you probably would have discovered if you started on 1.1, but which you probably wouldn't find naturally. So yeah, I'm still debating whether or not we take a look at the 1.1 patch notes. For now, I'm going to hold off. But 1.1 is the train update. I don't know what the update is. I don't know if it has trains. I don't know what it does or does not have, and I don't really want to know. So I don't know. There were trains in the game before. I don't know if that changes, but yeah. Anyways, welcome back to Satisfactory. Last time we were here, we were hunting down Mercer spheres. We needed 59 or 61 of them, one of the two, and we have that many. We have plenty. So We do need to grab a couple more before we go back home, though, because we need extras not only to do the research, but also to do to build future dimensional depots. So my goal is to run around and grab some Mercer spheres. Oh, you're good, Fluffu. No worries. I was just saying it just to be careful. Grab some Mercer spheres. Grab maybe a couple more. There's 27 in this area. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm gonna grab a couple more Mercer spheres and then go home. That's my goal. That's my goal. Hi, Iculus. Ryan not reading something. I resent that fact. I read a lot. I read more than your average YouTuber. Right? That's got to be true. I probably still could read more. There's looks like dangerous shit over here. Like that, right there. I don't want to fight that at all. That seems very sketchy. I have to go right past it. Oh, shit. Oh, never mind. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. It's right over there. Whee! I think that might be the best option, honestly. Somebody redacts some of the patch notes. I honestly probably would not personally read the patch notes. Generally, like if I was playing the game, because I just so tend not to do that kind of stuff. But then when I start hearing about things like some small changes that you would never find on your own because of assumptions you've made about how the game works, like I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Well, at this point, we're also we're just so deep in the game, you know? We're not like done with the game, but we are like kind of deep in the game. We're hundreds of hours into the game, you know, 100 plus hours into the game. Yeah. By the way, I started Pal World. I think it's really good. I think it could be a good contender to help fill voids Satisfactory will leave behind. I've played some Pal World. I've actually, interesting little thing. Pal World is one of the few games that I have played off camera in the last year. I played it when it came out. I played it with Tony for one weekend. Which was fun, but I didn't have enough chance to play it. And then last fall, when our daughter was really young, and I think I was actually still on paternity leave, I would play... Oh my god, they're killing each other. There's so many spiders here, by the way. I would play it a little bit to just, like, kill time when she took a nap. Yeah, the game's good, though. I enjoyed it. How far in have you played? It's a little... My one thing about it is it's very, like... Sometimes I regret not being a different kind of streamer. And by some teams, I mean, basically never, but I do occasionally have this thought, which is... A lot of streamers, like, I would say more often the default mode for being a streamer is you play... streaming as opposed to, like, making YouTube videos, right? If you're a streamer, you tend to do, like, 12-hour streams, 10-hour streams, like a couple days, 4 days a week, something like that. You play, like, lots of big, long, grindy games. You play them, like, all in one big rush. Like, a lot of streamers I know right now, like, Night Rain just came out, right? Like, the new Elden Ring thingy. And they just play the shit out of it for, like, an entire week till it's done. Office hour streamers. Oh, my God. That's a great phrase for it. I know exactly what you mean immediately. Office hour streamers. They're going to be in their office for hours at a time. You can drop by whenever you want. Yeah. In some ways, I wish I was one of those, because it means that, like, a certain type of game is much more open to you. Like, anything where you're just, like, I think of Pal World as an office hour streamer kind of game. Like, there's so much grinding and crafting and, like, all that shit. Which is awesome and great, but it's not a... I struggle to like make that fit with the streaming that I do, which is like, if I'm lucky, 4 hours 4 times a week, and that's like the absolute max. And frankly, like, this game is one of the only ones I would like. This is one of the longest games I'll have ever played on Twitch, probably. Where the fuck is this thing, by the way? Below me? No, I didn't say below me. I said below me. Where the fuck? I don't know. The other thing I think, though, is that, like... Through here? Okay. Below me, not below me. Sometimes I wish I was the kind of person who, like... That kind of, like, streamer or whatever, who could play, like... When the new game comes out, just sink 50 hours into it on your first week, 50 hours on the second week, and then you're done, right? But then I think I have zero confidence in my ability to be entertaining. And now I couldn't do it even if I wanted to. I just don't have the time with L and stuff. So. But it would be great for games like Power World because I could just play, you know, so many hours. Kind of the opposite of Churm. Kind of the opposite of Churm, yeah. I don't know. Where the fuck are these Mercer spheres at? I guess we'll just head off into the terrible poison swamp waste over here and see what happens. Speaking of games everyone in the Discord has played, I recently beat Claire Obscura. Now I really want you to play to get your thoughts on it. Oh, man. I would love to. And with every person with every new person who says, oh my God, Claire Obscura is the game of the year, I really want to see your thoughts on it, I get a little bit more pissed. Not at the people who say that, but at the freaking world for conspiring. I chose Blueprints. I have zero regrets. It's an amazing game. I'm going to be playing it for so long. And even still, I'm not going to get to play freaking Claire Obscura. I'm mad. What are these? Ah, those are my spiders. Oh, God, I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so fucking dead. I'm so dead. Okay, that one's dead, thank God. These are mycelia, which I find very interesting. They're so big. Fuck this area. I don't think it'll win Game of the Year. No, no! I'm almost dead. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I don't want to die. That's the last thing I want to do today. Jesus fucking Christ. I need a flamethrower that just kills everything. So these are mycelia? This is by far the easiest way to farm mycelia. Holy shit. They're everywhere. Oh my God. To be fair, IDK if I feel like Claire Obscura is Game of the Year or not. It's just an interesting game that would make a good series at some point. What is Game of the Year? Let's call it. It's June, right? We're halfway through the year. What's going to be Game of the Year this year? What are our contenders? I mean, I don't know that Blueprints is a contender, despite the fact that I maybe feel like it should be. As a person who doesn't know shit, I still kind of feel like it should be. That was 70 mycelia. Oh my God. And then that one was 7. Oh no, never mind. They add... Okay, they add as you grab more. Silk Song. Wait, that's a good point. That's a great fucking point. I mean, I think you have to say Silk Song at this point, knowing what we know, which I know is still not enough. Skyrim Switch 2 edition. Expedition 33, aka Claire Obscura. Why does this game have 2 names, by the way? Metroid Prime 4 won't win. Hey, when does that release, by the way? Iculos. What's the date on the release for that? I need more rifle ammo. Expedition 33 is the subtitle. No, I know. I'm just like, why name your game this way in a way that is this confusing? No date yet, but it'll be this year. Okay, Mr. Insider Nintendo, what's your thought though? You know, if anybody has thoughts on when it'll release, what do you think Nintendo will do? I've been waiting for a streamer to play Exhibition 33. I know DB Geek is playing it. Yeah, that's true because I just saw it on my following list on Twitch. Technically speaking, Deltarune is contender for this year. Isn't it still not done though? Exhibition 33. Sorry, Expedition 33. Reggie is in chat, even though he's not still the guy. He's still the guy. What do you mean, Reggie? Reggie Miller? Oh my God. Wait. I think you're talking about something else, but I do have to say that you've just reminded me. Does anybody in chat know who Reggie Miller is? Probably not, considering we're a bunch of nerds on a video gaming website right now. But no. Nobody knows who Reggie Miller is. I fucking met Reggie Miller in real life the other day, and I'm so excited about it, and I gotta tell somebody. And none of you know. Sounds familiar? Don't hit me with this. Ah. Basketball. It is basketball. I know who Reggie Miller is, thank God. The basketball. It's a BB player. It's a Big Brother player. It is a BB player. Where the fuck are the Mercer Spheres? Get me out of here. This way. Oh my God, there's more. Oh my God, I hate it here. We're gonna grab that. Yoink. We're gonna run as far as we can. I'm happy for you, Ryan. So, Reggie Miller. So, for those of you who don't know, NBA basketball, that's the National Basketball Association. So, there's basketball, right? We're in the playoffs right now. Specifically, we're in the final series of the playoffs in terms of timing. Oh, no. Oh, my God. What the fuck are you? It's the scariest spider I've ever seen. You just teleported! No, there's multiple! I'm dead. I'm so dead. Okay, give me 2 seconds to explain basketball to you. The Pacers are in the finals for their first time since probably like 2000. Somebody can fact check me on that if they want. I don't actually know. And I'm no longer a huge basketball fan, so I don't actually... Reload, motherfucker! I don't actually know the answer to this like I would have 10 years ago. Or 20 years ago. But the Pacers are in the finals. Pacers are the Indianapolis-based team. We've been kind of bad for a while. Ah! We've been not great for a while at basketball. But back in the 90s, when I grew up, we were good. We were pretty good. We had especially a good couple years. The star player back when we were kind of good was an incredible three-point shooter named Reggie Miller. He was number 31. Very famous for a certain gesture he made to the Knicks after. Let me see if I can show this on camera. After during a playoff game, for choking, he told the Knicks they were choking. This is Reggie Miller. This is Reggie for short. This is number 31. I have owned 3 basketball jerseys in my life, and all 3 of them were Reggie jerseys when I was a kid in the 90s in Indiana growing up. to say he was my hero is like like he was my sports hero. He was my sports hero. That was against the Knicks, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was probably the like like 90, if I had to guess, like 98 like playoffs versus the Knicks. Reggie was my hero. I met him once before. I was like 6 years old. I got chosen. I went to a Pacers game, and they chose a kid out of the stands to like go up on the court and hand the referee the game ball, which is what I did. And I got to take a picture somewhat near Reggie Miller, which was like my dream come true. Anyways, the other day, I went to the cycling store, the cycling shop, to get my bike, to get some work done on my bike. And I walked in. I had an appointment to like get my bike, have some work done on it. And I walked in, super tall dude, super skinny, super tall dude, in a cycling jersey at the back of the shop, and every single person in the shop looking at him with wide eyes and an open mouth. And it took 2 seconds for me to be like, oh my God, that's fucking Reggie Miller. What is he doing in redacted Indiana in a bike shop? What is Reggie Miller doing here? It turns out he was getting some work done on his bike. So Reggie Miller is now like one of the TV analysts for the NBA games for this finals in particular. He's been a big part of it because he was a lifelong Pacer. He was a big part of the Pacers story, including this year Tyrese Halliburton, one of the good Pacers players. When playing the Knicks recently, reenacted Reggie's famous choke thing after hitting an incredible shot versus the Knicks. Long story short, I saw Reggie at a cycling store, and I was too nervous to say anything to him, but it was the highlight of my week last week. It was awesome. Such a random place to meet him. That's incredible. It was really cool. It was also just like in Indiana, like the one thing we have in Indiana. I mean, the two things we have. We got two things. We have racing. We have like the Indy 500 / like NASCAR / like racing. And then we have basketball. Like our like one of our state mottos is in 49 states it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. And this is the star player of probably the best Pacers, the best Indiana team we've ever had. It was, and like, I don't know, the other version would be like meeting Larry Bird. It was crazy. Crazy. Halliburton's been crazy with those last second shots. Halliburton is on a once in a lifetime run. And it is super unfortunate because I think they're still probably going to lose. They're now down a game. They're now down like 3-2. 2-3. I have not watched much of the games, but I have followed a little bit on social media. Anyways, that's your basketball lesson for the day. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. What the fuck is this thing? We're going to grab like 2 more Mercer Spheres, and then we're going to actually play this game. Fuck, where is it? Thanks for the basketball lesson. I learned Reggie's tall and has a bike. That's true. Ryan, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on Ron Artest. I think I've told this story before, Geek. Okay, we're continuing the basketball lesson. I'm sorry, we got to do it. We got to continue the basketball lesson. If ever there was a time for me to talk about it, it's now when the Pacers are still in the finals, despite the fact that they may not be in like a couple days. We got to continue the basketball lessons. Okay, so Ron Artest played for the Pacers. Currently known, or at least I think he's still currently known, legally changed his name to Meta World Peace. Basketball player, incredible defensive player. Played for the Pacers in the thousands. Probably we're talking like 2000 and... When was the Malice in the Palace? Like 2004, 2005, 2006? I think I was a 6th grader. So 2004? This is the basketball episode. This is the basketball episode, and I'm so sorry if you're not into it. But you're gonna sit here and you're gonna take notes and you're gonna listen. What? So I was a general fan of Ron Artest. Like I said, very like loud and like brash player. Very aggressive, but it made him a defensive king. Also, I was 12, so like, you know, I was a fan of anybody who played for the Pacers, period. I also really liked Jermaine O'Neal, another player for the Pacers back then. It was a huge basketball. It was 2004. Was it? Let's go. Let's go. I was a huge fan of basketball back then. Obviously, it's like the sport that I play. This is right before I discovered running or right after maybe, but it was still like my sport. Pacers had an infamous game versus the Detroit Pistons that became named the Malice in the Palace. That's how infamous it was. What happened at the Malice at the Palace is a fist fight broke out between some players and some on the Pacers and some players on the Pistons, resulting in enormous fines and suspensions for multiple players from both teams, one of whom was Ron Artest, Meta World Peace. The dude who has World Peace in his legal name now was in 2004 mostly known for... Oh, shit. Now I can't remember. Did Jermaine O'Neal punch the fan or did Ron Artest fight the fan? Yeah, it was Ron Artest. It was fucking Ron Artest. Jermaine O'Neal did the sliding punch. Ron Artest fought went into the stands in the Detroit Pistons. Oh, my God. To fight a fan. Oh, my Jesus. The Malice at the Palace. He's reformed? I mean... I know nothing about Ron Artest these days, but I hope so. I mean, I'm sure he is. So the two iconic things, Ron Artest punches a fan in the stands. The second iconic thing, I'm 99.9% this one was Jermaine O'Neal because we spent the next day at basketball practice practicing the punch that Jermaine O'Neal did, which is Jermaine O'Neal came sprinting across the court to get to the fight, slid on his knees, and punched as he was sliding, which was at the time just like, it was the clip on the news every night. And we practiced the next day. Are you gonna fight one of us at the Little Indicolin? Yeah. I'm in my streamer era where we just become like all streamers eventually either become boxers or they become boxers or they sell NFTs or jail. And I've decided to go with boxing. No, you could not pay me to take a punch to the head. You could not pay me enough money. There's no way. There's no way. After the fan threw a drink at him? Oh, geek. You don't got to... Oh, man. Even this many years later, we already have NFTs. No, to be clear, we do not have NFTs. And we have to be very clear about that because Luke and I are both very vehemently anti-NFTs. And Little in the Cards are so not NFTs. We would never... We're both vehemently anti-NFT. Anyways, maybe we should do a cryptocurrency in general, though. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, yeah, all these years later, Malice at the Palace notwithstanding, I still absolutely think the Pacers players were... It was a terrible situation, and it was a terrible environment. What the fuck was this? Oh, that was that thing shooting at me. And I'm not saying you should punch a fan, but, you know... I don't think Ron Artest was crazy out of This is the most bias I've ever shown. I think Ron Artest was not crazy out of out of his lane for it. Probably not great, but you know. Oh, it's right there. Luke will shut down the site before selling an NFT. It's true. There's another one like here-ish, right? Is that what we were seeing? Okay, we're gonna head home now, chat. We've been out here way too long. That's on me. Punch a fan like the spinny thing? Yeah. But you got to be quick enough. You did sell some indigestion cards for Pokemon cards. That's actually true. You're right. I did do that. I can't imagine a sport where fans can throw drinks at the athletes and get away with it. Hey, Mr. European looking over here at us Americans. Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard have some words to say about that fan at the Tour de France who threw fucking potato chips in their faces. I know you're from the Netherlands, which is not the same as France, but they're both like, you know, you're both like pro cycling countries. Was that last year's Tour de France where the two top runners in the Tour de France both got in the Tour? It's fucking insane. I don't know if you've ever seen clips from the Tour de France, but the way that they let fans interact with the pros, it's fucking crazy. It actually honestly makes me nervous. It makes me so nervous. The fastest riders in the world will be riding through just columns. That is the worst image on the entire planet. Why is this 225? There we go. We'll be riding through columns of people who are on the road directly in their way with their phones like out in the middle. And every year a pro rider gets hit by a fan. Last year, a fan was so drunk that he threw potato chips in the face of the two best riders in the Tour. Threw potato chips into their face. Got apprehended by security, by police. And they had to wait till the next day to interview him because he was so drunk he could not speak. It's crazy. They had to wait till the next day. It's super crazy. The organization is the real problem. They don't give a shit about the athletes. It's really like, it's interesting to me because it leads to one of the coolest atmospheres in sports, I think. And like endurance sports in Europe they are truly like, especially France. So France is the home of the biggest ultra marathon. Basically the home of like trail running and ultra marathon running, another sport that I'm very into. It's like the cultural home of those sports. And in their races, they also have a very similar vibe where it's like the fans get like all up on the trail. They get directly in the way. They get like so close. And it sketches me out, but it also leads to one of the coolest like atmospheres in sporting, I think. But still fucking scares me. It's weird. I can't believe they let players that close to... All right, let's go all the way home. Or they let people that close to the Tour de France riders. Sketches me out. Did anyone watch Le Mans? Which one is Le Mans? That's the... that's car racing, right? Giro d'Italia is also a good one. I watched the Giro this year. Now that I'm in my triathlon era, I'm watching a lot of pro cycling. I also watched the Tour de France last year when Elle was a newborn. No, you turd. So I think I'll watch the Tour de France again this year. So many power slugs, but I don't really need those. I need summer sloops and... Maybe we'll just put it on summer sloop and see if we see anything. Le Mans, isn't that a class that pregnant women go to? Wait, did I say the wrong thing? Wait, you're right. Isn't that Le Mans? The like breathing technique? Le Mans, you don't pronounce the S at the end of... Sure. Sure, but my track record in pronouncing French things correctly... Okay, good to know, good to know. Hi, Sagmat, by the way. Have you ever watched the fans at rally races? Those guys are crazy. That's true. I did watch a clip on TikTok the other day. A car flips, and then the fans just run out into the road to, like, warn the next driver. And I'm like, Into the road? Interesting. You're not supposed to pronounce the in Le Mans either. That's what they just keep telling you to pronounce fewer parts of it. So it's actually just le. It's just le. I think I've done this one, right? Yep. French is a fun language. Okay, what are we going to get up to today? Our nuclear still isn't done. So that's probably what we should get up to, unfortunately. Hi, Shammy. How's it going? Lamaze is the breathing technique. Okay. There you go. Lamaze. Was that a Dutch dude? Interesting. How's life in 1.1? So far, so good. I haven't seen anything that seems different other than the loading screen or like the menu screen. But we were just talking about whether or not I should read these patch notes. Debating it again. I grabbed some extra Mercer spheres. We're gonna head back and do some research and probably start work on nuclear again. I appreciate that, Shammy. Strongly suggest you don't read patch notes. Yeah, the discussion we were having was somebody wrote a comment on YouTube that I actually thought was really thought-provoking, which was about like about basically like some of the stuff I will never discover if I don't read patch notes, just because I have played the game on 1.0 rather than 1.1, and we could potentially do a redacted version of patch notes. I don't know. For now, I'm good, but I'm still thinking about it. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's just craft a train to go home because I think that's going to be faster. Edit timetable in. Save changes. Go. Drive. How are you, Shammy? How you doing? Talking about the logic of languages and how French is 100% logical. But English is worse. Yeah, I mean, English is hilariously inconsistent, which I love though. Things I learned today on stream. The French, the Dutch, and English speakers all have phrases which are the exception confirms the rule type of thing about how their language works. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, I think one thing that might be different is when I Alt-Tab off, the audio fades out, which I probably should. Mute game when minimized off, maybe? See if that does anything. That did it. Let's go. Okay, welcome back. At the factory. Language rules are like, we have rules, but come on, people. But come on, you know people. Sorry, I thought you said come on people, and I was like, hold up. First off, only if they consent to it. Second off, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see here. Now, hold on. The Goon Squad returns. All right, we've got enough, hopefully, to... We need to make some SAM fluctuators, but otherwise... we should have plenty of Mercer Spheres to do all our research to mean that our dimensional depots will be fully upgraded. Oh. Hi, Aurora. How you doing? Holy crap. Long time no see. How are you? Shammy said a thing about how to put one last thought on this whole patch notes thing. To be fair, a blind playthrough kind of suggests absolutely no patch notes. You're so advanced in game that there really is nothing that spoilery. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where my like instinct is too. That patch notes are just generally a thing I avoid. I do think the blind playthroughs get interesting when you play games like Satisfactory because you've got this many hours in a game. I think if you're careful, allowing the blind part of the blind playthrough to slip in certain specific places makes sense. Like, I'm not going to be a hard ass about it because I want to be able to front seat question about stuff to actually be able to make sense of, you know. That kind of thing.
I feel like I fought a war. Hi everyone, hi Ryan. Ryan is working for the man RN. Stick it to the man.
Wait. Who's the man? I am working for the man. The man being Fix-It or the man being Jeffrey Bezos or who? Wait. You're right. Hi, Speeds. How's it going? Thanks for the 37 months. Speaking of exception confirms the rule kind of thing, you know? We're, I would say, one of the more hard-ass blind playthrough channels. But then there are times where I think it makes a lot of sense to break that in order to keep the spirit of the blind playthrough alive, but the technicality of it not technically alive. Okay, we need a shit ton of these, which is kind of a pain in the butt because they take forever to load into the thing. Doing well. I've been loving your Blueprints playthrough. The episode that came out on Saturday was amazing. Thank you. I really... Speaking of games that are going to be interesting to play blind, that's going to be one of them. Dimensional Depot stack increase 1. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do towards late game of that game.
Dimensional expansion increased to 400%. Parts can now be stored as elementary particles in a hyperdense deconfined state. Normally I'd explain the basic science, but I don't think this one can be simplified enough for you to understand.
We composed a growth song, but you composed a shrink song, so we remain silent. The dance of your bones and organs and veins amuses us.
I understand. Seeing the pioneer perform tasks also amuses me.
Chat. Can I get a little in the bop in the chat? We're fucking partying. 1.1. We have discovered something that is new in 1.1, which is priority mergers. I could cry from happiness. I literally said, I don't know if it was a month ago or 3 months ago, I said, oh my god, I cannot believe they do not have this in the game. This 100% has to be what I'm thinking it is. It says merges up to 3 conveyor belts into 1. Inputs can be prioritized to always be merged before others. That's amazingly helpful. I think it's actually helpful for even a place like over here. That's amazingly helpful. I don't remember if it was here or if it was somewhere else where we... It was over on our like Illumina solution build. That's amazing. Okay, so we need to do that, and that takes what? It takes... I like its color too. It takes 100 reinforced iron plate. I mean, I definitely have that. Can I not? I don't know where it is, though. It's on this thing somewhere. I just don't know where. Reinforced iron plate has to be on some of these machines. Reinforced iron plate here. We need 100 of these. It's so game-changing for the meta. Honestly, I needed that so bad. Yeah, I mean, that completely changes how you would build a lot of things. 100%. So long overdue, and it's beautiful. I'm very happy about that. Very happy about that. That's an exciting one. That's an exciting one to discover. We should probably just generally go through and look at stuff to be like, where is, like research, like hubs and all that. That's why I ran over here to be like, what's over here? But we don't really have anything new there, so it doesn't look like. Here, we have one new one, which is priority mergers.
Priority merger unlocked. Useful for prioritizing between inputs to avoid eventual stoppage. If you have an issue with stoppage somewhere else, consult a physician instead.
You have an issue with stoppage somewhere else. Interesting. Interesting. The community been asking for that for a long time. I can imagine. I can imagine. I mean, I think it just makes sense coming from other games. Like, it's a solution that comes from that we're familiar with in other games, right? F-word games. I was waiting for the constipation joke. Stoppage and leakage, you know? Those are two words that just, like, they have to be made into jokes. Stoppage and leakage. Speaking of French stuff and music, we were just talking about Expedition 33. I was talking about how it pisses me off that the game is good. I needed it to be bad. Because when I was looking for a new YouTube game, I decided on Blue Prince rather than Clear Obscura. And it pisses me off that it's good and apparently great. And now, so I don't know when I'm gonna play it. I don't think it'll be anytime particularly soon, but maybe that'll change. I'm not sure. Just because I ended up on the Blue Prince side of things, which no regrets, no regrets. It's just I want to play it so bad, but date everything comes first. Oh wait, that's the one that a ton of voice actors are in. Like ton of like I need 199. So I need 400. Jesus fucking Christ. But I think these are the last things that I probably need SAM fluctuators for. So I don't really want to like automate them just to never... Although they're used in something. Of course they are. Of course they are. Hold up. What? What did that say? What did that say? The fuck? The fuck? The look? I feel like there was something else we discovered that about recently. What was it? Uranium's used in 2 other things. I feel like we have this exact same... Bauxite is used in a lot. I don't remember. Shit, maybe it was already SAM. I don't remember. I don't think so, though. Okay. Guess we'll sit here for a second. Comma. Careful, there's an OSHA inspector in the factory. Where'd they go? I just saw them. I know what you mean. There they are, over there. Almost the entire Critical Role voice actors are in there. That's right. I think maybe Emily Axford is in it as well. I don't remember. Date everything. I feel like I should probably play a like romance simulator at some point. As many sex jokes as we make on this stream, I still have never played one. I mean, I guess I played Baldur's Gate 3, but that doesn't count. Hi, Duckeritsu. How's it going? Oh, boy. Okay, I have a question for you guys. This may or may not have been brought on by something that I watched recently on the internet. On a certain streaming service that shall not be named. What is your confidence level that you could, on the spot, if I gave you a minute to prepare, what are the chances if I give you 10 seconds to prepare, to think about it? What are the chances that you could say the alphabet backwards successfully? So, I'm good. Late, but curious to see where you're at in this game. We're kind of doing nuclear. Kind of not doing nuclear. We're kind of avoiding it. 0, 80, 90. I think I would be on the 0 side of things. With how much confidence / speed. I don't know that we need to put like an exact weird limit on it, but like someone walks up to you and says, say the alphabet backwards. I give you 10 seconds to prepare, then you should start. I don't think you have to be fast, but it's just kind of like someone walks, but you're also not sitting there being like practicing or like writing down Z, Y, X. That's my bar trick. See, some people just like have this as a trick. 90%. Some people have 0. I'm 0. I just did it now. Oh my God. It's just interesting that it's like, that it's 0, right? It's not 90% or like 20%. I have 0 confidence I could do it correctly. But it's the alphabet. It's something we've known since we were fucking 6. So why do I have 0% confidence? And I think I'm right that 0 seconds is the 0% chance is about the percentage chance that I have. Okay, we've made heat sinks. We can chuck that off the list. Have we done turbo motors? Used modular frames. Sulfuric acid. Nitric acid. Magnetic field generators. Okay, so we need to do all of the things on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's take a look at turbo motors. Why? I don't know. That just sounds fun to make. Let's make turbo motors. I absolutely still sing the alphabet in my head to remember if a letter comes after or before another. I do the same shit, Cams. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. I already have a hardish time to go through the correct way. I feel like typing it might actually be easier than saying it out loud, because then you have to remember where you are. I have to do a yearly review to prove that I'm still disabled for insurance stuff, LOL, and one of the things I have to do every time is list all the months backwards, and I hate it every time. I'm more confident that I could do the month back. We're gonna skip right past how absolutely wild that is, Carly. That you have to do that every time, and also I'm interested why it's that specifically, but but I'm more confident I could do that one. December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, January. Did I do it right? I hope I did it right. Did I miss May? I think I said May. Now here's my alphabet. Z, Y, X, W, V, U. I literally have to say 3 words, and then I go back to from the beginning going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, Q. So S, R, Q. Did I already say T? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U. So like that's I skipped T. Fuck. See that like the only way I could do it is I'd have to go 3 at a time and then go from the start to get back to where I was. So I don't think my chances in that one are very good. To make turbo motors, I need cooling systems. Okay, so we should do that first. Because we don't have those. All right, so cooling system. Cooling system requires heat sinks, which we just made. Rubber, which we've got. Water, which we've got. Nitrogen gas, which I believe we have. They are made in blenders. They're made in the art program Blender. I was super afraid of getting the alphabet test backwards as a sobriety test when I was like 14, so I taught myself when I couldn't sleep at night just in case. Oh, okay. Interesting reasoning, first off. Very interesting reasoning. I will say, I did a similar-ish thing as a kid, which is that I used to, when I couldn't fall asleep at night, I used to just double numbers in my head. Have I told this story on stream before? I probably have. Sorry if I have. I used to just... Wait, I think it was in a YouTube video. What was the game? Was it Blueprints? Was it Satisfactory? Oh, no. No, I don't remember. You doubled numbers? Yeah, it'd be like 2, 4... 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096, 8,092, 16,084, 32,168, maybe. I didn't usually go that fast, and I'd usually just sit there and go like one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. This is only a challenge the first time. I mean, it's never a challenge when it's 2, 4, 8. But then it's like, but then you get up to, it was basically like a concentration task. You'd be like, okay, I've doubled 16,000 whatever, 32,000 whatever. And you'd get up to like about 1 million or so. And you're keeping track of all of the columns of numbers that you have to double because then you got to carry the 1. So it was not like going fast. It was just like, how fast would you get, or how high could you get without forgetting your place? That was more the test. How high could you get without forgetting your place? And I used to do it to fall asleep, and it helped. Or at least I don't know if it helped, but it at least kept my brain very busy. We're making cooling systems here. Cool sys. It's easier in binary. 2 people made that joke in chat, and I'm here to confirm that the both of you are fucking nerds. Nerds! So cool sys requires heat sink, nitrogen, water, and rubber made in a blender. We chuck it like right there. I feel like the volume of this game has gotten quieter. Does the volume of this game seem quiet to you guys today? I'm going to move it up just a little bit. I'm a geek, not a nerd, damn it. You mean 10 people? 3 of you made that joke, and now I'm here to say that I'm even more disappointed in you. Oh, I think we turned it down because we were too busy dying to all those enemies last time. I think that's what it was. So I think we're going to put our fluids down pretty low. We're going to build cooling systems here. There we go. We will put... Nope, sorry. We just need splitters. Just splitters facing this way. There's only 10 types of people, those that understand binary and those that don't. I'll be honest, if you would have told me that joke before people in chat started typing in binary, I would not have gotten it. But luckily, they said some shit, so now I feel that I understand it a little bit better. All right, where's rubber at? Rubber's here. Are there any other versions of like weird party? Because I consider saying the alphabet backwards to be a party trick. It's also sort of a sobriety test, which I do think is funny. But apparently, but are there any other sort of like like almost like party tricks like that? Periodic table of elements song. Oh, yeah. Your elements, your like state capitals, your states in alphabetical order. The digits of pi. Yeah, that's a great one. Shadowlink says, I just had the greatest blueprints run. Let's go. Let's go. This is the rubber. The rubber. Okay, so then... we're also going to need to bring the liquids in. I don't really know how to do that in a good way. We know how Ryan does with states and their capitals. It's true. Rough. Water and nitrogen gas. Shit. My only party trick is the Irish goodbye. Is the Irish goodbye the one that you just disappear without saying hi, saying goodbye to anybody? My drunk party trick is going bar for bar to spell it out by The Lonely Island. I don't know that I know spell it out. Patting your head and rubbing your stomach in a circle at the same time is kind of a party trick and also could be a sobriety test. What's the obsession with making drunk people do party tricks? Is my question. You know? Is this smart? Probably not. Probably because it's funny. Have you seen that that viral, I think it was a TikTok, which is a fake traffic arrest? where the person is where the cop doing the arresting is like making the drunk person do like this. And then, but it just keeps ramping up. The bit is that it just keeps ramping up, and all of a sudden they're doing like a whole like line dance. It's like right foot tap, left, left. Exclamation Tama? Uh-oh. Exclamation Tama. Okay, so here's what we want to do here. We want to put some junctions. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? We probably want to put one on top of that. I don't remember how we did that. Did we do that by like... Okay, well, this isn't working. By chucking a... foundation down or something? Is that too tall? Not tall enough. And that's way too tall. I don't remember how we did this. I need a 3/4 foundation. Where's my... We'll put a normal foundation. Then we'll put a 1 on top of that. This is way too involved to build pipes. Holy shit. And it's kind of still too far up there. That's probably fun. I hate this shit. I just want you all to know that I hate it, just so that you don't start to think, Ryan's in love with this idea and it looks like shit. Don't worry, I hate it too. No, damn it. Don't worry, I also dislike it. I think it's there. Watching you struggle with pipes is so funny. Thomas Snuffles? Uh-oh. Not Thomas Snuffles. That's a heck of a combo. Thomas... Uh-oh. That's also terrible. This is gonna work, chat. This is gonna work. If it doesn't, then I'll just cry and rebuild it. It's fine. Don't worry. All we're risking here is a minor mental breakdown. Don't worry. Don't worry. So where the fuck am I supposed to put the belts? Jesus Christ. I don't know, dude. If it makes you feel better, I didn't know what we were Tamaing until I checked spoilery. Here's a question. Front seat question. Does it have to do with 1.1? My guess is that we don't need... Yeah? Damn it. Okay, now hold up, chat, hold up. I am, first off, we should build one of these just to see what they look like. It's sexy. Holy shit, it's sexy. Oh my god, it's sexy. Although I kind of don't like this. Although, did they change Smart Splitter? I want it to be a counterpart to this. I kind of don't. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's weird that it's like. What I really want, what I was imagining, which is not necessarily what they should have done. It's just what I was imagining was basically a drop-down set of. Although drop-down would be much different for merging rather than splitting. Still, interesting. Like if they have the like volume knob on one, it feels like maybe it should be on the other too, right? Like. Like, shouldn't this also have a knob to be like, prioritize? I don't know. Use the design element more than once. Anyways, I'm just talking out loud. Don't say anything about that. Okay, so... Does this have what it needs? What it needs. It doesn't have power. That's the first thing we should do, is get it power so that we can tell if it starts intaking the raw material. Water and nitrogen gas, yes. Okay, so that's good. Seems good to me. Geeks lurking for a meeting, sounds good. Rubber and heat sinks, which will be right here. So this is going to be a little ugly with the way that we merge belts. But it's all right. I wonder what changed with 1.0. This is a rhetorical question, just to clarify. I wonder what changed with 1.0 that people are now Tommy. Or sorry, 1.1. So I take it, I feel safe asking this question. I take it there's some sort of 1.1 update to pipes? Yes or no? Forensic question, just a yes or no. Yeah, I guess I'll phrase it that way. Yes, interesting. Interesting. So far, it appears to be working, so at least there's that. And they both are working. They both got stuff. Pipe segment, flow rate. Amount in pipe. Not a pipeline mark 3, is there? Not that I can see. That's the thing I would have hoped for. It may have to do with pumps. This could be a fun way to go through our 1.1 changes, is basically if I feel like I'm on the trail of something, then I could be like, hey, am I close on this? Am I close on that? It could be fun. Okay, now we need rubber, which is right here. Does that not fit? Conveyor belt's too long. Okay. Speed says I'm leasing a new car today. Yo, what you gonna get? Congrats. We're building cooling systems. Okay. So exciting. Oh, I just realized we're gonna have to change the bus system here in a second. I think this is my last item that can go on the belt. didn't read the patch notes, so I'm finding this very fun, trying to piece it together with you. How do we feel about red seats, though? It's a new Mazda CX-30. My old one is blue. Now I'm deciding on white or blue again. Red seats. Go for it. Family member of mine has red seats in her car. I think they're cool. Person in a... okay, you're at a stoplight. I know I've already... Okay, you're parked at a stoplight. You're stopped at a stoplight. I know I've already lost all of the Europeans in chat. So a stoplight is a thing we use to direct the flow of traffic around personal cars, personal vehicles. So let's say you're stopped at a stoplight. Car pulls up in the lane next to you. A lane is like a thoroughfare for your personal vehicles. That car has red seats. What's your gut instinct reaction about that person? Red seats. Gut instinct. I feel like my gut instinct is this is a person who is driving a car that they enjoy or put more time or thought into. Like something along the lines of like, oh, that's a car person. Or like this is a person who like, maybe not a car person, but like knows a thing or two or like cares about cars. Okay, so 48 is going to be, yeah, and this is our last item. So we're going to have to change our that's a window. I can't go through that shit. I have to change our bus. Wait. What did I say there? Straight. Curve! That's new. That's 1.1, right, chat? What the fuck is this? 1.1, front seat question. Interesting. Wait, is that the thing that's new about pipes? Hold up. Rhetorical question. Horizontal to vertical. Curve. God, is that the new thing about pipes we were just thinking about? Uh-oh, hazy. Uh-oh. You know what I could do with this? Hold up, I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh no, I ran out of power. Fuck. So hold up, what if we go like here? Is that what you were talking about? Yeah, front seat. What the fuck? That's still not it? Wow. Okay. It's interesting. Okay. Shit, I keep getting too far away. This is so ugly. Oh no. This is so ugly. Nailed it. I can't move farther away because then I'll start to fall. Probably should have left that there. It's a weird font. That's what it looks like whenever I do bubble letters, honestly. Wasting Fix-It resources? Oh, don't worry. I've wasted way more of Fix-It's money in terms of time than I have in terms of resources. Okay, so 48 is cool sis. And then I'm going to need to build a new thing for sure eventually. But in the meantime, we want a smart splitter. First, we want to build the dimensional depot. There's still something on pipes that I didn't see yet. Interesting. We want to build a... smart splitter. We want to put that there. Grab left output overflow. Yep. Done. Good. You could redo your giant poop now? I could. I could. These things should probably be going way faster, but oh well. That's okay. In terms of their, I should be building more of them. God, my inventory is a fucking mess. Speaking of, let's go do the rest of the thing we were looking at earlier. Buy speeds. I still need to figure out what the new pipe thing is. Interesting. Okay, hold up. Just to clarify, front seat question. The thing we are specifically talking about in spoiler chat, is it a pipe thing or a fluid thing? Front seat question, P or F, pipe or fluid? Please don't say any other information. 24 more. It's a pipe thing. Okay. Interesting. The other thing I want to craft while I'm here is I want to craft shit, it's in this right here. I want to craft homing rifle ammo. And I kind of want to automate it. I feel like at this point it's probably worth it, but craft that pipe, baby. Lay that pipe. What? What? I'll never understand the need to put a stop sign on every street imaginable. Here in the United States? Wait a second. Sorry, I missed this conversation earlier if we were talking about it. Are we talking about a world with fewer stop signs? A world with fewer... I'm sitting here considering for the first time in my life fewer stop signs on the road. I feel like stop signs are not a bad thing though, right? Especially compared to stop lights, much less expensive. Imagine real road design. That feels like a low blow, like a I've been kicked in the nuts because I'm American, but I don't understand why. You do really love your stop signs over there in the United States? I mean, okay, I'm a little confused because are we saying like the same intersection in another country would not have any signage, or are we saying it would have a stop light? What are we saying? Yield? What do you mean, a yield sign? Have you been to Carmel, Indiana? I sure have. I live pretty dang close to it. I hear they have done a lot of work to make a good traffic grid. The opinions on Carmel differ greatly depending on where you live and what you know about Carmel, Indiana. We have less stoplights and stop signs, TBH. So let me show you a picture of a place that I grew up. And we'll talk about like what you would suggest as the options for what you do. Like how, like let's just talk through like how were you, if you were Satisfactory designing this place, how would you How would you mark or not mark these roads? Okay. So this is like northern this is like northern Indiana. This is like rural Indiana, middle of nowhere. I'm from a one stoplight town. Why would there be roundabouts? I also am from a one stoplight town. So let's say you have a piece of land, a state or a district or whatever. It is on a grid system because that's how the land was, like, you know, that's just how it was developed after it was stolen from the people who originally were living on it. And so you've got grids, right? And each of those big grids has inside of it smaller grids, meaning a shit ton of intersections. And between them all are fields. That's the problem, the grid, I think. Sure, but like, who should we talk to about fixing that? A lot of these could be small roundabouts. Oh my God. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. What's the speed limit on those roads? 50 to 55. Roundabouts for every single one of those? Purely the like extra asphalting or chipping and sealing or the graveling, there's no way. This is how I would phrase it. And I'm not a traffic person. I'm not like a city designer. I'm certainly not like in any way educated about this, but like to me, a stop sign is a like pretty simple. So in a grid system, odds are if you come to an intersection, one of those two roads is going to be more heavily used or better cared for or wider or gets more traffic. You put stop signs on the ones that are less used. You don't on the ones that go faster. Solved. When you have, I don't know how many miles of road in the middle of nowhere fucking Indiana, but everything's a grid. It's a grid from here. It's a grid from here. Let's go west. My computer does not want to keep up. Through Illinois. My computer really does not want to go up. Keep up. Through Kansas. Through most of the eastern half of Colorado. Then you get to the mountains and things change a little bit. If you're going to put an intersection on one of those roads going east or west, I can see my house from here. Like, you're sure as shit not going to put lights because there's just not the infrastructure to do that. The cost would be insane. To me, like, signs are the only, like, and I think it basically is a yield sign. If I'm understanding the, like, the thing you're saying about, like, the yield sign, it basically is a yield sign. I mean, there's the road that is busier. Then there's the road that is less busy. The road that is less busy gets the stop sign. Occasionally, you get four-way stops. Farmer stops, exactly. You just do a rolling stop. And if you do a rolling stop at 4 a.m., then you get pulled over because it's possible that you're drunk. What's a four-way stop? So you take two of those. So this is where I'm a fan of roundabouts. I live in a place with lots of roundabouts. I love roundabouts. I like Carmel, Indiana's design. Carmel did go a little crazy with it. There's one thing about, like, designing roads, and then there's another about, like, hey, let's take all of these Indiana farmers who have never seen a roundabout before in their entire life, and let's make every single intersection a roundabout, and make every single traffic place two roads intersect a major traffic concern. It's not necessary to stop, and rolling stops are so dangerous. Are you saying this in argument in favor of roundabouts or what? Because I'm in the place where, like, I am in favor of roundabouts, but you would not want to put a roundabout in the middle of the fucking country with two roads that that intersect in the ways that we were just talking about. You wouldn't want to. I don't think. You don't want to put a 4-way stop mostly either. You want to put a 2-way stop. A 4-way stop is just all 4 roads that intersect have a stop sign. I would be super interested to see on the like a lot of the data on this to see like what's safer and what's the reasoning behind why you choose some of this stuff. But I have a feeling I know the reason why they don't choose roundabouts in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. Which is the one, every roundabout you build there, like that's just, it's got to be way more expensive than chucking up a stop sign. I live in the land of roundabouts. Roundabouts would be a pain with farm equipment. They would. They would. Also, are you going to teach the Amish that live nearby me to take their horses through a roundabout? They'd learn. They'd learn quicker than most people would, honestly. I'm talking about neighborhoods where you have a stop sign every few yards. That's not necessary. Yeah, I agree. I think most, at least where I live, most stuff now is like, is a mixture of stoplights, roundabouts, stop signs, either 4-way or 2-way. I think it's like, I think what we're basically talking about is in a fucked up urban development world, like middle of the Midwest America, where like Aikilo said, the distance between things is way too large. And the amount of cars each person owns, way too many. The amount of roads per person, way too many. Like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think you just need all the tools in the toolbox. I think having more tools in the toolbox is great. And each of those tools has a time and a place to be used. I want to learn more about the Amish. Do they have a website? I've told this story a million times, but I was babysat by an Amish family growing up. And so my first words were in Pennsylvania Dutch. I'm sorry, that's the part you guys have heard a million times. Update that you maybe haven't heard. Some of the Amish that I was raised by, no longer Amish, first off. And I've told this story before too. Damn it, are there any stories I haven't told? One of them is like, 2 of them now are like social media experts. They're like all over social media. They know exactly what they're doing on social media. They're the people I should be calling to be like, hey, why isn't my Instagram post getting enough likes? Y'all remember when the woman pretended to be Amish on TikTok? No? What? Okay, I think we can now get both of these. Hopefully, right? It was $199. Perfect.
Dimensional upload speed increased. Every particle now has encoded potential reconstruction memory for when any part using that particle is recalled, enabling instancing on the fundamental particle level.
You group shifted the body chord flow cycle song of the 6th layer. Harmonious. Your cycle songs will only deepen the layers.
I'm always working on myself. The time will come.
Pennsylvania Dutch is German. I don't like that it's called Dutch. That's funny. Also, I don't think that it's German. It comes from German, but I don't think that it is German. I know what you mean, though. I don't think French fries are French either.
Dimensional expansion finalized to 500%. Despite further efforts, parts could not be broken down further than their elementary particles, nor could the storage become more dense without the particles spontaneously reacting with one another and losing their deconfined state. Yet somehow more matter can now be stored in the same dimension.
We sang our growth song because we like your shallow efforts. Up and down are a shallow illusion. Up and down disappear in the deep.
That is very thoughtful, I think. I appreciate the attempts at sharing scientific knowledge, however perhaps we should wait until we have a more optimal way of exchanging data.
Okay, we're just going to get rid of some shit in my inventory right now because it's all kind of crazy. Pennsylvania Dutch is a dialect of German for sure. Absolutely. I don't think it's wait. So would you say would you feel comfortable saying Pennsylvania Dutch is German though? I wouldn't, right? But maybe that's my misunderstanding of like that's just a sentence I wouldn't say. I wouldn't sign my name to. I would feel comfortable saying that. Dang, I would not. And I don't know if that's because I wouldn't go up to the Amish people that I live by and be like, "You're speaking German? Why don't you call it Pennsylvania German?" The same reason they don't. I don't because they don't. Because I don't go up to them and say, "Hey, the thing you call your language is wrong. I call it something else." Interesting. I would not have guessed that. I would feel comfortable saying that Pennsylvania Dutch is German. I wonder, but I guess that's an interesting question about like when the dialect, like Ship of Theseus, is itself enough that it's not the language it splits from, right? And I don't know what the stats are on like if you said 1,000 words in Pennsylvania Dutch versus German, what you would call that. Like how many of those would be the exact same in German? Okay, we've got a lot of homing rifle ammo. I think we probably are just good there. I'll just do this. We should get rid of all this organic stuff in my inventory, and then we can go back to building. Yeah, I think that's right, Catilla. But I also think, I think that's like, I think that can be right. And also that can be the like layperson's understanding of these things. I don't know what a linguistics expert would say, you know? I think maybe in linguistics they have like relatively, damn, we should really get rid of some of this stuff. This wood, we could turn it into biomass. We can also just fucking trash it. I don't need wood, that's for sure. I don't need the wood. What am I doing? I don't need the wood. Sort that. I don't need the wood. I don't need the leaves. I can go get more leaves. That's for sure. Is that most of the organic stuff? Okay, we have hard drives to do now. All right, here. Hard drive. Boom. Go. Okay. In linguistics, the definition of dialect versus separate language is always ongoing, usually relating to both borders and mutual intelligibility. For instance, some Eastern European countries have separate languages even though they're fully mutually intelligible just because of borders. I have a linguistics degree. There is no easy answer. Yeah. Artifice says, I would argue most of the stop signs in the U.S. would be better off being yield signs. People roll the stops anyways. In most cases, it's perfectly safe. Stop signs should be safe for intersections where it's actually necessary for safety's sake, so they could be enforced more consistently, that people would respect them when they matter. I think that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I think the large argument against stop sign, or like for stop signs where I'm from, which is the only place that I really know is middle of fucking nowhere, Indiana, is that that's cooling system done. Is that like, but this is a potential wrinkle in your idea here. The safety of an intersection in the middle of Indiana changes very drastically between the month of July and September, because most of those empty spaces we were looking at on the map get filled with soybeans or corn. Soybeans, that's fine. If it's a stop sign in June and you roll up to the stop sign, you can look to the right, you can see about 40 miles. You can look to the left, you see about 40 miles. You can look straight, you see about 40 miles. You can roll through that sucker if you're sure there's nobody there. I don't roll through stop signs. I just want to clarify that, and I think you should not in general. I don't roll through stop signs. I don't do it. I did when I was 16. I wish I wouldn't have. I don't do it. That said, if you go to that same stop sign in September and corn is planted in either of the fields to your left or right, your visibility is like almost nil. Your visibility is down to like, you have to basically get your nose into the intersection before you can see, like sometimes before you can see if there's anything coming from the left or the right. And because many of the intersections are not four-way stops, that means if you go out into that intersection, if you roll through, the car coming at you is probably doing like 55 miles an hour. If you're lucky, probably closer to 67, like 65. So I think I love the idea that like a stop sign should be reserved for a place where you truly need to stop and not just yield to another car that might be coming. That said, the intersections that were like the closest intersection to my house when I grew up was an intersection that was wildly different in June versus September. One of those would be a yield and one of those would be a stop for sure. We solved that shit with a mirror. You'd need... How many mirrors would you need per intersection? So Indiana cornfield intersection. Say all 4 are cornfields. You'd need 4 mirrors or 8. Even if you're doing the convex mirrors, would you need 8? Or would you need 4? I can't do the math. You pull up to an intersection, you would need a mirror that faces, like, basically on the other side of the road that would allow you to see left and one that would allow you to see right. I think you'd need 8. I don't know. Maybe you could put it closer. I think it'd need to be on the other side of the road, though, right? I feel you though, Artifice. I do like the idea of like rating the like dangerousness of an intersection and then making it yield or stop. I'd be down. I'm on board. Cooling system is done, which means probably turbo motor can now be built, right? I also think more specificity in terms of signage is generally not bad. RCUs have been built, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Turbo motors are made in manufacture, so I think there should be turbo motors. What should we call it? Turb Moto. We should just call it turbo motors. To be fair, mirrors at cornfields would be a really bad idea if they focused the sun. The risk of the fire would be very high, wouldn't it? Concave would focus, convex. Yeah, wait. Yeah. I think a convex mirror would maybe not focus, but that is a funny idea. That is a funny idea that you would burn down the... I mean, it's not that funny, but it's a little funny. That you would burn down the cornfield with a mirror. Right now, a lot of people have those mirrors, and the reason I'm very familiar with those mirrors is because if you live in the middle of fucking nowhere where your driveway is potentially a couple months of the year obscured by growing corn, you have those convex mirrors on the other side of the road from your driveway where you pull out, you can look in the mirror to the one side to see if a car is coming on the road that you're about to pull out onto, which is like a relatively common thing if you live in the country-ish area. It's not like every house has them, but it's like I don't know. It's probably not even 50%. Some houses have them. Traffic stuff is so interesting though, because of a thing that Dubert just said. To me, traffic stuff is so interesting because it's like, when's the last... Okay, I'm going to ask a question, and I'm probably going to get less of the answer that I'm expecting than I am expecting. When's the last time you broke a traffic law? When's the last time you broke a traffic law? I guess this also depends on what you feel about speed limits, but like, I broke a traffic law. I haven't left the house today, but yesterday I broke one. Like, probably right now. Which laws? Any of them. I don't know. I guess you could tell me which one you broke. Please don't say driving while intoxicated, driving under the influence. Like, I think we just all sort of, and maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what people's answers are. I will not be divulging such information probably right now. Nice try, Popo. I speed constantly. I drove home this evening, so 90 minutes ago. Somewhat serious question. Do y'all not have ditches between the road and the fields in Indiana? We do. The ditches depend. Like, the ditches vary greatly based on the area. I have a heavy foot when on the highway. I've never broken a traffic law. But we can jaywalk here. It's not a law. Do you have a driver's license, Ikilos? Have you never driven above the speed limit? I speed a bit, but not crazy, though. I speed at night times sometimes when I can see the whole road. Never is quite the claim. I would have been willing to bet that a person with a driver's license in, like, that there would be 0 people in chat with driver's license who had not broken a traffic law. But like I said, I always get it incorrect when I guess what chat is gonna oh, we should move these further over. Shit. I always get it wrong when I guess what chat is gonna answer to a question. Okay, cool. That saved the recipe. So we should go here. I think the interesting thing about traffic laws, like a lot of laws, is just that we have laws, and then we have the social distinction about what is okay to break or not break. Like, you know? I aim for 6 to 7 miles an hour over. I got a reckless driving citation when I was 17. And since then, I have basically not driven over. There have been very few exceptions, and there have been exceptions. I have basically not driven over, like, 9 miles an hour over the speed limit. And most of the time, like 99% of the time, I'm going... Is that not straight? Why the fuck is that not straight? What's wrong with you? What's your problem? Oh my god, because this isn't straight. Most of the time, I'm going 6 miles an hour over the speed limit, which drives Megan insane. Megan's more of a, like, 9 over kind of person. And I basically decided at 17 that I was never going to get pulled over for speeding again. Which, now that I've said that, I probably will. But, like, I basically decided that, and it's been great for me. At this point, I basically said nothing in my life is so important that I won't speed. Or that I will speed aggressively. And it's been very freeing. It's been great. Definitely not more than 10 over. I was always taught that 10 or less over was the sweet spot. Joyce, where were you raised vaguely? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. I do find this also interesting based on the area. Because I think it changes Texas. That's what I thought. Because I think it changes a lot geographically in the States. That's like 15 kilometers over the speeding limit. That's like 15 kilometers over is 9 over? 9 miles an hour over? Yeah. I also would call 15 kilometer an hour over the speed limit a lot. I go 6, which is like 10 kilometers an hour over. And I frankly, on country roads, I do not do that. On country roads, I do not. Only if I'm on like a interstate or a highway will I go. But that's because the flow of traffic is often going. And this is an under talked about thing, I think. The flow of traffic is, I think, the more important. If you have to choose to obey the speed limit or obey the flow of traffic, most of the time I'm picking flow of traffic, with a couple times that I'm picking speed limit. What am I building here? I'm building turbo motors, which require motors and cooling system, rubber, and RCU. Okay. So rubber's like here. Rubber's here. Rubber's where? Where's rubber? There's motor. If everyone's speeding constantly, it can be safer to speed. Yeah, although it gets to a very interesting, like, little... There's an interesting line, right? Where it's like, am I safer to speed at the same rate that everybody else is speeding? Or is it safer for me to back off of that a little bit and to potentially impede traffic? Going with the flow is definitely safer than going too slow. Up to a point, though. Up to a point. Up to a point. Around Indianapolis, there's a road that goes all the way around Indianapolis called 465. 465 at rush hour, the speed limit is 55. The flow of traffic is going 74. And unfortunately, it kind of depends on the day whether or not you should go 74 to be more safe or whether or not you should go like fucking 60. Because sometimes 465 is bumper to bumper. They're going like 73 miles an hour. It's insane. It's so sketchy. Where the fuck are the RCUs? I swear I built them, right? Radio control. Is this not a thing I built? I thought I built it. It's not on the list on the right. Rubber, I did that one. Okay, rubber. Motors, okay. Uh-oh. I don't think it would be over here. Used mod frame, sulfuric acid. Uranium fuel rod. Radio control unit. Where the fuck are you going? Depends on how many cars are on the road, the conditions of the road, exactly. That's what they don't. That's what I think is like, to me, what is actually one of the most interesting things about. Oh, because it says aluminum. Wait. No. I never plugged it in. Oh no. I never plugged it in. Shit. Okay, so that's a problem because actually that is fluid. And then we need to go one further out. They put up speed cameras near where I live, which makes the speeders slow down for the camera and then resume speeding afterwards. I'm so interested by stuff like that, right? Where it's like it's like the enacting of the law is actually sort of the dangerous thing here. What the fuck? Blueprint auto connect. Thank you for the follow. Call me Kyle. Iculus has to go to sleep. Good night. Good night, Iculus. Good night. Default auto connect. That's 1.1 for sure. Blueprint auto connect. Oh my god, my computer is gonna break. Okay, hold up. We can't look. We can't do that right now. We gotta look over here. Like the laws, like the speed limit's goal, right? Is for safety, like to improve safety. But then the policing of the law, which is meant to improve safety, in the situation where a speed camera catches people, they need to slow down, which interrupts, which does the accordion effect of traffic, decreases safety, right? Like arguably, maybe even statistically. It's interesting. Very interesting. It irritates me because my 6 over is safe for the camera. I'll get cut off by someone driving faster who then slows down for the camera, yeah. Oh, then there's that. Then there's that Shammy, right? Where it's like... then we get into some really deep conversations. Where it's like, well, if the goal of enforcing the law is safety, but then the enforcing of said law requires revenue generation... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, what the fuck is this? We need to load blueprint vertical bus 4. Then probably save this blueprint as 6. And then we need to go here. And then I need to figure out what the fuck this means. Edit, drag this over here. Apply. If I hit this, it brings up vertical bus 1. That went the wrong way. Why did it do that? It did it the wrong way again. Interesting. Why did it go back to the beginning? It starts at vertical bus 1, then it goes here. So this should really be... Oh, no. Sorry, I'm trying to get my blueprint set correctly. Should really go... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apply. I want this to cycle through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So then, what is auto connect? What the fuck? Does this mean I can click and drag? Oh, I can't get too far away. Let's go up to the top level. We'll start there. Remember the golden rule. Everyone who drives slower than you is dangerously obstructing and shouldn't be driving. Everyone who drives faster than you is a reckless maniac who shouldn't be driving. I love that. Oh my God. Gets me to the top. Actually, I don't even need to go to the top. I can go... It's fine. We'll go to the top. Fuck it. Okay, time to experiment, chat. What does this mean? Vertical bus 6 auto connect. A new blueprint mode. I'm looking at the bottom. Can I drag it? I cannot drag it. Oh, wait a second. Holy shit. Wait, I'll just ask. Chat, front seat question. What's it called? Auto connect. That's 1.1, right? Yes or no? Yes or no, that's 1.1. Oh, I don't even have it built into the blueprints anymore. Yes? Does it auto connect belts or pipes or connectors or stuff between two blueprints back to back? Yes or no? You can say if it's hazy. I don't know. I don't know if I phrased that correctly. Does it do what I think it does? Oh my God. What? Yes, but hazy. Okay, so we'll have to see if it's belts, connectors, if it's everything. What the fuck? Okay, time to experiment immediately. That's amazing. I just want to say, if that works how I think it is, that's 2 for 2. That's 2 for 2. On things I said they should do in the game, and then they did. Am I a genius? Only time will tell. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh my God, I'm stuck. This is what how I thought it should work. Oh my God, this is gonna make me... I was gonna say something dirty. Never mind. What's the place? What's the placement on this? Was it that? Okay. They said that everything in the patch notes was as a result of watching your stream. No, I mean, wouldn't that be cool though if someday that'd be cool. I don't know that I want that level of influence. Wouldn't it be neat if you were playing if we were playing a game and then it got an update and they were like, yeah, like to be, because it happens for other streamers, not any my size probably, but wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, it would be just an ego boost is what it would be. I don't need an ego boost. Okay, so I guess the question here is how I want to do this. Wait, my brain hurts. Wait. My brain hurts. These need to go up. I need to go from this end, switch, boom. For that to happen, you'd have to play more stuff on a release. That's a great point. It's always weird when I'm watching someone like Northern Lion or something, though, who's like when Northern Lion first played Balatro, it was crazy because the one-person developer who made Balatro was like a normal Northern Lion watcher, like a viewer. And so when he played Balatro, it's like the dev is in chat, like taking notes, you know? Now, and also upon reflecting on that, I also think maybe that actually would not be fun because then I don't know that would be fun. It'd be a different kind of pressure or something. I don't know. Okay, so no. Does this mean what the fuck? I am so excited by the prospect of this, and I think it might mean that I have to design my vertical bus differently. No. Okay. We're still within the blueprint limit. Hold up. Let's see. Let's test this. Test 1. Okay, we'll call this test 1. So what we want to do here is go vertical bus 6 test 1 and see if this will connect on the upper level. Blueprint auto connect. Oh, it's backwards. Wait. I was like, wait a second. What's going on here? Chat, if this works, I could cry. If this works, I could cry. You know what I mean about the patch notes now? You're way more excited. Okay, you're right. You're not wrong here. You're not wrong. I am very excited to figure this out on my own. You're so right. Conveyor belt is too steep. What do you mean? What am I doing? Oh my god, it's been way too long since I played this game. Let's go ahead and just chuck a storage box here. Okay. Chat, we're doing science. If this if the material I put in this storage box makes it all the way up to here, I'm gonna kiss the developers of Satisfactory on the mouth. If it does not, we can still problem solve, but we have to start here by hoping that it makes it. Go. 1 level. No! 2 level. No! Okay. So here's what we probably fucked up there. Ah. Okay, nobody's getting any kisses. So I think what might have happened here is there's 2 separate floor lift holes, and I don't think they connect. Because I built a lift hole on the bottom and on the top. So crap. I just need to destroy it all. I need to destroy it all. Bye, Uzai. Thanks for being here today. Ah. Okay. So on the bottom, I could hypothetically... Yo, I do not know how this auto-connect works. We should just test it. We should test it simply. We should test it simply. Let's do this. Clear blueprint designer. Okay. Our original design was this. You see what I'm cooking up, chat? I'll just take this stuff out of here, right? No, I don't want that. Never mind. That'd be a mess. Auto connect test 1. Actually, hold up. We could just do it all. Do it all right now. I see the smoke, if that's what you mean, coming out of my ears. Okay, so here's what we're testing. If Blueprint AutoConnect does what I wished that it would have done 6 months ago, then that should mean we can take a blueprint of this. We can go put it over there. And this belt will connect to this belt. Now, I may need to avoid using, like, these things or something. I'm not sure. I'm pretty confident. Actually, I would say between these three, the one I'm most confident in is the pipe. I feel like that probably works, although it will also build the support. Should test it with the support first and then test it. No, we could just test it both ways. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll just test it both ways. Fuck it. We'll test it both ways, chat. Not like that. Test it with support, without support. Okay. Test it as just bell and bell. And then this one, I'm probably most confident in this one right here. Although maybe the belt is the play. What do I think will work best? I don't know. I feel like the simplest way to design it is to do it this way. If you just chuck a belt down. You don't need any fancy support or anything. It does have these. I bet this one will work. This one I'm not so sure about. I bet this one will work. This one I'm not so sure about. This one I'm really unsure. All right, let's test it. Let's test it. My cousin brought me some Finnish rye bread a few days ago, and I'm so happy. Finnish rye bread. Where to do this? Do it here. This is fun. So if we auto connect to here. Oh, Eureka. You fucking Eureka. Eureka. What's the button for locking? Lock the hologram with H. Would you look at that? I don't know what that means exactly. Oh, it's two links of a chain. I get it now. 2 links of a chain. So, the one I was least confident about did not work. That makes sense. But the other ones did. How the fuck do I make that work with my factory, though? Damn it. It says locked. That has to mean that it works. Oh, yeah. It looks good. Oh, yeah. It looks good. Oh, yeah. This one just ain't gonna work. Oh. How we doing, chat? How you feeling? Vibe check. I'm learning things, but I want to see how you're doing too. Okay, the next thing to do is to see if maybe I just did the length wrong. Just had chocolate, so I'm doing great? Hell yeah. What kind of chocolate? Okay, that connects. Wait, a what? That connects? That's so far away. Interesting. So there's also a little bit of space. That's good. They built in wiggle room. So you can actually build it a ways away and it will still build. What the hell? That's crazy. So then does that mean that if we just... This was an oh my god moment when they showed this in the trailer video for 1.1? I bet. My next thought is this. What if we just did... that? M&M's and a snack Hershey. Pretty lame, but it's what we have at work. No! I don't think there's lame chocolate. Well, is there lame chocolate? I don't know. Is there lame chocolate? I think it kind of depends on, like... I feel like the lameness of chocolate maybe depends upon the place you're having it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing it. Okay, so, hold up. That right there does not lock. No, it does? It does not. Does? Does not. Does not. Okay. Interesting. So. That locks. That does not. That does lock. Oh my god, you can connect it, then you can move it? That's hell. That's amazing. You can rotate it. 1.1 is the update where they made buses possible. I'm just saying, you should bus everything. Look at this. American chocolate is generally subpar, but the happiness it brings me is not subpar. And isn't that basically what chocolate is? It's just like bottled. It's not bottled, it's wrapped. Isn't it just wrapped happiness? That's amazing. You look at I wish we had this from the beginning because I could have built my bus. I could have built my bus if I'd have done this. I'd have just stamped this shit down. Do they have an upgrade blueprint? That's the next thing I really want, is they need to be able to just drag and upgrade stuff. Because then, even if you built the bus, you still have to go through and select everything to be Mark V, which is a pain in the ass, but... That's a rhetorical question. It brings you happiness because you haven't had better happiness. What does HJ mean? Slash HJ. I imagined it would be joking, but what is HJ? Hard joke? Half joke? Half joke. Probably half joke. I was going to say, you don't have to joke about that. I think that's the, you know, I've only ever seen the shadows on the cave wall. I don't know the reality I'm in. I don't know the ultra technicolor world I'm missing. Why is the joke hard? You know I'm going to make that sexual, right? Like, you just know. What do I do about my factory now? Okay, so I don't think we have to change any of the vertical bus we've built so far. But everything else above that, we should change the blueprint for because we need it to now be... We need it to now be... If you just... Oh, do power poles connect, though? Okay, now we got to do power poles. Because we should also... Because currently, every time we build a vertical bus, we have to power it. Each new section. If we didn't have to power the sections... I should have just destroyed... What am I doing? Clear blueprint manager. Okay. So, what if we just did walls? To test this, I feel like we should do... We're doing some science today, chat. Oh, power's gonna be weird, though, right? It's gotta be weird. Power's gotta be weird. What are the other ways you could test this? I don't know. Hi, Octoclink. How you doing today? Can't put it on the edge. You could technically do it like this, right? You could put it here. That's probably what we should test. Sorry, I'm deep in the science right now. When I first moved to the US, had an American Kit Kat, I actually cried because it was so bad. Damn, that sucks. That's sad. I did laugh because I felt like it was funny, but it is also sad, I think. But then tell the rest of the story, right? Then you went to an American gas station and you had a Little Debbie's and you cried tears of joy, right? Is deep in the science what kids call it nowadays? Yeah, that's what they call it. Okay, so now we're going to test power. There's got to be a way to make this work, right? Blueprint auto connect. So is this right here the same? My guess is that it is two individual things. How do I test this? Probably just gotta like shove this into the power somewhere and then go from there. I don't know how to test this, honestly. Shove that over there. And then see... No! Okay, interesting. It didn't have the logo, so that does make sense. I don't drive. I never went to many gas stations. I don't even know what Little Debbie's is. I didn't live the full American experience, clearly. I do think that you are correct that you did not live the full American experience if you've not ever eaten food from a gas station. And I'm aware that that makes America sound some type of way, but to be clear, I actually think it's more about you haven't lived the poor. I eat less food from a gas station than ever now. Thank God for that. But growing up very poor, I did eat a lot of, which did not save us money overall, but I did eat a lot of gas station food. Is there a sign here? Is there a sign? Please tell me there's a sign. There's not a sign. How do you connect power? Chat, front seat question, yes or no answer only, please. Please, this is a yes or a no only. Is there a way to connect power between parts of a blueprint with blueprint auto connect? Yes or no? Let's see if anybody in chat knows. Horse. American chocolate tastes terrible because they used to use butyric acid, a preservative that tastes like vomit. What was the question? Is there any way, front seat question, yes or no, to connect power lines or power across blueprints using auto connect? Finnish mustard over American mustard? Listen. Finland is Scandinavia, right? I can't take listen. Anything the Scandinavians in chat say has to be taken with one enormous Jungelvral or whatever it's called grain of salt. I've eaten the Swedish snacks. They're bad. And they taste like licorice. Finland is not in Scandinavia, never mind. Thanks for repeating the question. Unfortunately, I can't answer that one. No worries. Interesting. I don't know what to do here. I knew it smelled like poop. Whoa! Holy crap. Tag, you're next to take care of these viewers. Worlds Collide raid. Holy crap. It's Totally Average Gamer. I have a bone to pick with you, Totally Average Gamer. I have a bone to pick with you. Listen, I followed your stream. I took a look at what you were doing in Satisfactory. I clicked on the video. I immediately clicked off of the video because I didn't want to be spoiled by anything, and I determined in less than a millisecond that you are not a totally average gamer and that you are doing some fancy ass shit in Satisfactory. If you're totally average, that makes people like me look really bad. Hi, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Ryan. We're playing Satisfactory. We're playing it blind, a.k.a. we're playing it with no outside information. So no backseating, no Wikipedia. And frankly, this is a topic of hot debate right now. I'm not even reading the 1.1 patch notes. I'm trying to determine how they work myself without any clues or without any outside help. So right now, I'm banging my head against a wall because I'm trying to make power connections using Blueprint Auto Connects, but we'll get there another day. We'll figure it out another time. Welcome in. How was the stream? IDK, we just ran some wild pipe today, so we were just talking about running pipe. Ryan, you make yourself look bad all by yourself. Don't worry, you don't need other people to make you look bad. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carlin. That's one of my moderators. Thank you, Carlin. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. We were just talking about. I did actually get some of the Swedish stuff that we got in the mail was good. Lots of it was way too salty and licorice-y for my taste, but. Stream was great, working on some concrete production. Hell yeah. What, your mods troll you? Go figure. Have you seen that thing which is like being a Twitch mod is like 2% responsibility to help the stream and 98% responsibility to make the streamer's life harder? Licorice is kind of popular in Scandinavia, and stop signs are kind of popular in America. I think that's an understatement, right? It feels like, from the outside, every single Scandinavian is eating their body weight in licorice. Licorice? How do you guys say it? Licorice? Like, per year. I don't know what to do about this, you guys. I don't know how to make this blueprint work. It's SH at the end, not S. Licorice. Okay. So, we need to load this blueprint here. And then we need to change it. So if you're new here, welcome in. I'm building a vertical factory, vertical bus factory, where every item on my bus gets delivered vertically via a system of, what are these called again? Conveyor lifts? Via conveyor lifts. And they go up in a line. And then they're labeled, etc. And 1.1 apparently introduced the ability for blueprints to auto-connect to themselves, which is blowing my mind. It's a thing I 6 months ago was begging for, because it just did not make sense to me that you could put blueprints, but then you still had to connect things between every single blueprint. But it's in the game now, which I'm very excited about. But the blueprint that I have doesn't actually work for connecting. So now I need to find a way to make them connect. So I don't know how to do that. We're going to have to figure something out. How would I do that given the choice, given the chance? How would I do that? I don't think I can overlap them. That's your stream title right there. Licorice versus stop signs. Licorice versus stop signs. Finland is the biggest per capita consumer of coffee in the world. Is it because of y'all's wild, whatchamacallem? Like daylight hours? How close is Finland to Sweden? Right? Because I've been acting in my mind like y'all are neighbors, and maybe I'm wrong. Finland, Sweden. Geographically neighboring. Okay, so I'm not incorrect. That's good. That's good. Oh, so is the so I would love to learn something today. Was I incorrect? So it sounds like I was potentially incorrect in saying Finland is part of Scandinavia. We're not part of the Scandinavian mountain range. So I'm learning today that Scandinavia is a mountain range. Okay. Very interesting. Or the Scandinavian peninsula, which may be something different. Oh. Wait, so would you say Finland is a part of the Scandinavian peninsula? So for those of you who don't have access to Google right now, there's like Norway, Sweden over here, Finland here. There's water between them. I think Scandinavia is the mountains that run up in like Norway, Sweden, not in Finland. No? Uh-oh. I don't know what part I was wrong about. The peninsula is just Sweden and Norway? Wait. What? Wait, but it just showed Norway, or it just showed Finland. Shit. Oh no, this picture does not. This picture does not show it. But this picture does. Finno-Scandia. Oh my lord, we're learning stuff. Okay. So these pictures show Scandinavian Peninsula as just having these two. But then the first picture that showed up on Google was a picture that included Finland. Interesting. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. Hi, Turbini. I'm probably not the right person for you to solve that issue. You may want to find a different, more experienced Satisfactory player. I've never even used trucks. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me, Shammy. I was like, you know, reliability of Google nowadays notwithstanding, I was like, but it just showed up green. So I think conveyor lift... Oh, that's the next thing we should check, is if conveyor lift floor holes do anything. Okay, so what if we dismantle this? Can I grab conveyor lift holes? Oh, no, where are they? They are... Organization? Nope. They are logistics. Yup. Oh my god. We're back into the designing phase after too long away from it. We'll do a little zooping like this. We'll do a little chuck one there. Then we want to delete all of these. And then I want to see if I can get these to connect in any way, shape, or form. Trucks are dumb, LOL. That's about it. I have not particularly found them useful. The only vehicle I've really found, I mean, I've got a train system that runs in the sky, which I'm pretty proud of. But I have not. The only other vehicle I've found use for is I took the like Explorer or whatever, and I accidentally launched myself off the map with it. The Explorer, yeah. But other than that, vertical test. I'm gonna have to get rid of all these blueprints later. Okay, so then let's go over here and do vertical test. Excuse me, is none of it building? Excuse me? Save blueprint confirmed. Did I not do that earlier? Okay. Where the fuck is my... What the hell? Are you or are you not a part of the blueprint? What? Oh boy, okay. How late are you going today, Ryan? I actually need to get off in like 5 minutes. Yeah. Why is there a wall with a ton of things sticking out of it? That's our factory. That's our whole ass factory. That's our whole ass factory. If I build this blueprint, nothing appears? That's freaking me out a little bit. Are you building like on top of the... I need a drink or something. Nope, we're just not gonna mess with that. Okay. Just not gonna mess with that. Okay. I hate to get raided and then run, but I think what we'll do is probably pass along the Totally Average Gamer raid to somebody else playing Satisfactory. So, thanks so much for the raid, Totally Average Gamer. I'm gonna pause right there. We're gonna call it for Satisfactory for today. And I have things to think about off stream because I don't know what we're gonna do with our whole freaking bus now. I gotta fight. I mean, I could just keep it the same, but then I want to find a way to make it work with the new feature. So I gotta think about that. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Thanks so much for coming to stream. I really appreciate it. We will be live on Friday with Dredge, the game that we started just yesterday. Short little fishing game, horror, Lovecraftian game, which has been really cool. We've only done one day, but I really enjoyed it. We're going to go find somebody playing Satisfactory, and we're going to spread the love. Pass along the love from the raid. Thanks for the great stream. Thanks for being here, Joyce. Dredge is a great game. I love it. I love it. I'm only a couple hours into it, and I'm like immediately intrigued. What is Goose Goose Duck exactly? On Saturday, we're going to be playing a social deception game, a free game. Think like Among Us, except it's kind of free. It's free and different. Free and different, by the way. And that's what we're going to play on Saturday as a community. Okay, let's see here. Satisfactory. Take a look. See you. Looking forward to the next bundle of learning 1.1. Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm getting passed on like an unwanted child. Listen, it's your dad's weekend to hang out with you. It's your dad's weekend. Okay, there is a person playing who said this is their day 3. They are a newish player. I think we should go. Their name is KB. I think we should go support them. As always, our goal is going to be to not spoil anything, or especially without their permission. So, if you're popping in from my stream, you know the drill. We don't want to give them any info. If you're popping in from Totally Average Gamer stream, just a heads up, we're gonna do our best not to give them any information that they don't want. But yeah, let's go support them. They've got 30 viewers. They're day 3. Looks like they're maybe currently buying some stuff using coupons. Let me find a quick little raid here. Let's do it. Father's Day was last weekend, though. Thanks for your stream, Ryan. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. We're looking for KBSC. I would say let's just, for a raid message, let's just type something about we need more coal, because that's what they said. We need more coal. Something like this. We're just supporting what they believe, which is that they need more coal. Okay. We're going to go over and raid. I'll see you guys later. Day 3 likely to be safe from spoilers for you. That's my thought. Exactly. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya.